Welcome to the first video in our 10-part India travel series, where I share our 3-week itinerary across multiple states. We'll talk about all the delicious food, luxury hotels, cultural experiences, amazing sights you just have to see, as well as just really practical tips for traveling with young kids. Make sure you subscribe to see the rest of the trip, and I'll also link the playlist below. One of the harder parts of the trip was just getting to India. It was a 30-hour journey from start to finish to get to our first city, Ahmedabad. Our first leg was from MSP to London, which was about 8 hours on Delta. We spent our layover at the Centurion Lounge at Heathrow. We were pretty exhausted at this point. And then it was time for our flight to Delhi. This was my first time flying premium economy on Virgin Atlantic, and I was blown away. The seats were really comfortable, the food was pretty good, and the service was also really warm and friendly. They gave our kids these little activity packs. We all got some good sleep on this flight, and that is tip number 1 for jet lag. Try to follow the lighting cues and the food cues on the plane. Don't overthink what time it is back home and what time it will be at the destination. Just participate. It'll help you out. 8 hours later, we landed in Delhi. The immigrations and customs were pretty chill and organized. However, the transit from Terminal 1 to Terminal 3 was absolute chaos. I couldn't really film much of it because, as you can imagine, I am rolling the double stroller and keeping an eye on that third kid, while my husband has got this massive cart with 5 bags. And we were in a new country figuring out what to do. People were coming up to sell us on taxi rides to the other terminal. The signage just wasn't super obvious, and my husband speaks and reads Hindi. But finally, the correct answer was to stop at the official shuttle office and get a bus pass for free, and that bus will take you to the right place. Finally, we made it to Terminal 3, which looks to be a newer terminal, and the vibes were immediately upgraded. Soon enough, we hopped on our internal flight with Indigo from Delhi to Ahmedabad. 30 whole hours later, we made it. Our family had so kindly arranged a ride for us, and first impressions, number 1, super comfortable weather. Number 2, I love the rickshaws, we'll definitely be hopping on those. And 3, it's a city with its own unique sights and sounds. Definitely a little bit more FYI style of honking and a little more of the mopeds zipping around. So far, I'm loving it. We stopped by for a quick visit with family. It is so good to see the kids are already so comfortable and having a good time. They have been really a good sport considering this has been 30+ hours on the road at this point. Time to check into our hotel, the DoubleTree in Ahmedabad. We loved it here, definitely recommend, and I'll be showing you more in the next day. Whichever way, yep. Push. I think it'll be fine. After a nice shower and a nap, and by the way, it was really hard to get up because of the jet lag, but we rallied and we went out to dinner at Lithosphere. That's my second tip for fixing jet lag. You gotta try to enforce your routine and practice good habits at the new time. This goes for sleep patterns, being active during the day, and eating well. Even if you're not hungry, try to eat at the right times and also eat a little bit more to prevent waking up hungry overnight.
first day was a success.
Good morning. It's our first proper day in India. We're just out and about 6 a.m. doing some stairs, killing time before breakfast even opens. Yeah, should we try the ice cream? Okay, it's a cookie. It says cookie. You want it? Should we see what they have?
We're clearly too early, but the really nice man at the cafe, even though there's no fruit that's being served right now, offered us a little Kit Kat because he saw my little friend who was hungry, and I really appreciate that.
Finally, breakfast was open. They have an awesome buffet at the DoubleTree, and it was included as part of our stay. The kids loved the donuts, and we loved the selection of food. This brings me to my third tip for jet lag. Sometimes you just need a little extra boost. I love me some caffeine first thing in the morning, like all the delicious chai here. Throughout the day, I've also found these Magic Mind shots to be pretty helpful with a little boost in mental clarity. I've mentioned them before on this channel, and I'm so happy when they reached out again to sponsor this video. Specifically in the travel use case, these little guys are so portable, like they're even in a TSA approved size. Right now, they're offering the 24-hour pack with these focus shots and the sleep shots at 40% off using my link below. They are so confident in the product that they offer a full refund guarantee for 100 days, so go check them out, and thank you Magic Mind for sponsoring this video. This is our kind of first proper day here. Did you want to say hi? Are you here to say hello? The first impressions of India, having never been here before, is I think this feels like a city. It's very lively. I think everyone has kind of warned me before coming here, making it sound like it'll be, oh my god, so overwhelming for all your senses. It'll be a lot of people will be in your space. I honestly don't feel that at all. If you've been to other big cities, this kind of just feels like that. Maybe a little bit more honking and an occasional like stray dog, some animals. But other than that, it feels very much like any other big city that you would go to. I notice how the people here are super friendly so far, like really warm, welcoming, and conversational. As we were planning this trip, I was researching other people's experiences, and there were people talking about people kind of just being pushy and selling stuff, and that has not at all been our experience. I'm not sure if this is because we're not in as touristy of an area. We will find out more, and I'll report back when we get to the Golden Triangle area, which is later this trip. The other big thing I've noticed is people are just really welcoming towards kids. Here, they're very much expected and welcome to be normal kids and loud. They have been very loud this whole trip. They are actually surprisingly finally keeping quiet as I'm doing this video, but they were like super loud at breakfast. They were running around and doing their thing, and that was totally like welcomed. People are saying hi to them and starting conversations with them and asking their name. Just overall really friendly, and I think that helps them feel good about being here. My child is filming me filming this. What else? I think the plan for today, it's been very free-flowing. We're just seeing how the jet lag goes. I think hopefully today, fingers crossed. But the main plan for today is to go shopping with my in-laws, and that's really it, and get some good food. After breakfast, we walked down the street for some shopping. We're joining into the traffic. Look at that. Our friends tell us that these are the pricier option, and it's true, but I also just like walking around and touching the embellishments and feeling the fabric, and I was gonna say leisurely trying them on, but really the kids were not having it for that day, so was not leisurely. That's okay, plenty of other opportunities to shop. We met up with my in-laws for lunch. They also flew in from Chicago just a week ago. My kids adore them, which really helps because I am here to eat. So this is a traditional Gujarati thali place. Thali just means plate. and the waiters just come by and start filling up each dish.
This is like the lunch way.
They just show up. They just like they're all different vegetables, different kinds of bread and dal, and they come refill it non-stop. You gotta indicate if you don't want any more of a certain kind. My favorite new find was this yogurt made with sitaful. It's custard apple in English, but that honestly didn't help me at all. It's this mildly sweet fruit with a distinct flavor. It's hard to describe, but you should definitely check this place out. These people are trying to back up, and it's so funny because there's always people standing there and they're honking. To walk off that big lunch, we went to Palladium Mall. It honestly reminded me a little bit of going home to Hong Kong. There was this food court at the top, and we got some ice cream. And that's my fourth tip for jet lag. You gotta curb your expectations for the first few days as far as sightseeing and activities. Sometimes the best thing to do is just hanging out, relaxing, and even resting at the hotel. At night, my husband and his friend hopped on a moped and got us some takeout, and we visited with another family friend at their home. Have fun! Where are you supposed to put your feet? Bye! It was really good to see some familiar faces and get some local scoop on what to eat and where to go. By the third day, we were pretty well adjusted. We started the day at the park for some family photos. We had a fun time with our photographer Peach, and I'll link her information below. After that, it was time for our first rickshaw ride. By the way, you can order these through Uber, especially if you don't speak the language or don't want to bother with the bargaining. I loved riding in the rickshaw. It's cheaper, it's just as fast because you can zip through the traffic, and just getting some fresh air is really nice.
I think the main things we really want to do, we said we were going to go shopping yesterday, did very little. So we actually will go shopping today. And we also want to find a cute little toy rickshaw that we can take home with. I think that would be really fun. So we just tried to hit up a toy store, and on Google, dogs out here. On Google, it says it opens at 10:30, so we went there. When we got there, the gates were closed, and we called the owner. They're like, "Yeah, it's gonna be 11:30 today because we had an event last night, and today I'm tired." That's just how it goes, you know. It's a little bit more relaxed.
The kids were in the mood for some pizza and pasta, and luckily there were so many options for different cuisines in Ahmedabad. After lunch, we dropped off the kids with my in-laws and went back to the shops. It was honestly a lot of fun to do this in person. I have so far only either shopped online or received outfits brought back by relatives. So getting to try things on and feel the fabric, that was a game changer. In the next episode, we will be sharing more on kid-friendly activities and more food in Ahmedabad, whether I end up finding any of the clothes that I wanted, and 3 more weeks of exploring India. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to follow along. Hello, good morning, everyone. Hi.
Today